welcome back. We are getting back from the previous heist, where Smoke on the Water snuck into a Chicago compound, snatched a dude, and teleported out, all without really raising too much fuss. So they got themselves a nice hefty paycheck of what did y'all get?
I think 8.
Eight coin and 2 tier 2 soul shards. So we did most of the we did the crew XP last time, and I can't find it in the actual guidebook, the playbook. But when you advance in tier, so basically when your rep fills up all the way, to advance in tier, you also have to pay, I believe it's 8 coin times your tier, I think.
So to go from 0 to 1, it would be 8.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
But I need to, of course.
And that was to do what?
To actually advance your tier. So when your rep track fills up, to actually advance to tier 1, you have to pay for it.
Damn.
So and that would take you. So it would be I believe 8 coin to go up to tier 1, and that would put you at tier 1 week. So you would have a weak hold on your sort of your reputation, basically, is what that means.
So we pretty much had to spend that whole score to.
Oh yeah, it's expensive.
If we want to do that, or we can save some and then try it after the next one,
Also true.
depending on how all our downtime shit goes. So I know there's a lot of people there's a lot of shit we gotta do, a lot of stress we gotta wipe. I think we have like heat we should try to wipe. Plus everybody wants to train, you know.
Yep. We got a lot to get
so
to.
Then technically the upgrade into that next tier is how we get those like base upgrades or whatever, which would be the boat shit. So Gunny is on hold until that happens fictionally.
Yeah, but we'll be handling that within the fiction. Like, you do have them if you want to use them for your like downtime. You know what I mean?
So we would have them now, not after we spend the money to upgrade our tier.
Yeah, no. Sorry, this is 2 different things being talked about here. You know, your upgrades are fine because you filled up the XP tracker. The rep is your tier XP basically.
Okay.
So when you fill up rep, that's when you can advance in tier. Crew XP is what gets you upgrades or crew abilities.
So the upgrades and all that shit does not require coin.
Yeah, no.
Copy.
As far as I understand, you get those once you fill up the XP tracker. Yeah, when you fill
but
your
like tier is kind of a big deal, so it's a harder thing to do, I guess.
Say what?
But tier is like a big deal, so it's a little bit harder to do, or at least it costs the money to do it.
Yeah.
Copy that.
But yeah, you guys don't have to worry about that for right now. Potentially next time, because you're not that far from hitting max rep. But for now, you are good on that.
Nice.
So yeah, we will jump to true advancement.
We're back. Yeah.
Or player advancement. Yeah, we'll start with Shadow. And all right, pulling up some other stuff here.
It's all good.
You are a lurk, right?
So real quick, D.
Mhm.
Last session I rolled 3 desperate rolls, but I didn't mark them yet because you said to wait. So in prowess, the 2 of them were, I think, or no, all 3 of them were in prowess. 2 of them completely, completely finishes it, and then the 3rd one starts on the next one.
No, they don't carry over.
They don't, even though so it's it because it was within the heist. That's why
Yes.
it doesn't carry over.
That's correct.
That hurts my heart.
Sag.
I put it towards skirmish.
Hoya!
All right.
Do it to him, bro.
What's up?
I said do it to him.
All right, so you put that in skirmish.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so XP triggers. So yeah, during the heist, did you address the challenge with stealth or evasion?
Sure did.
Everybody else? Y'all,
Yeah.
was it multiple times? I don't remember.
I think I mean, yeah, we did a shit ton of sneaking. So I would say for the sneaky boys is probably a 2 for both.
I say we were sneaking like pretty much that whole time.
Yeah.
And these have to be put in prowess, or do they can be in the playbook and anything I want?
Yeah, you put them anywhere you want.
Glorious. Damn. I have nothing in insight. I'm gonna put 1 in insight and 1 in resolve.
You expressed your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I don't know that we did a lot of role playing, to be honest, in this heist.
I don't know either. Like I
I
know
know
I
I
tried in
didn't.
a couple of things. I know I took soul shards because of my beliefs.
Mhm.
Like I continue to do that kind of stuff. But I don't know if that's strong enough for an XP.
And I would leave that up to group consensus. I would argue. I would argue it. I don't think it would, but
Yeah.
I would
will,
argue
so
it's
it
at
would be
least
up to-
like nothing new, you know? So it's like we didn't learn anything new about Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want it to always have to be something necessarily new, but I do
Sure.
think it should be at least strong enough that we could point out like if someone is doing one of these. And did you struggle with issues from vice or trauma during the session?
No, sir.
I don't think he was pretty bang on for that go round.
I know me and Little J did some cool stuff with the kunai and the bullets.
Yeah, no, y'all did
That
some
was pretty
sick
sweet.
shit. Did some sick shit. All right, yeah, that is Shadow good to go.
Dude.
Baranchi. You addressed a challenge. Did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
I did once.
Yeah, towards the end there.
Yeah.
With the thrall, for sure.
Had some help.
I feel
That's
like it's
healthy.
probably only a 1.
Yeah, I think that's fair for sure.
And then beliefs,
Fair.
drives, heritage, and background, I would say not really.
No go on that one.
No.
As well, same with the vice or trauma.
Yep.
Copy that. Yeah, well, it was not. We didn't role play a whole lot in that one. We were kind of. I think we were kind of just getting the hang of mechanics more than anything.
Yeah.
For that one. To be honest. Dre.
Mine is probably the same as Mo's. I had probably for the sneak, and that was it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty bang on. I think Yeah, I think 2 for the sneak, since the whole session was basically y'all sneaking.
We did some cool stuff though, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
no,
was
it was
sick.
We
It was good
jumped
shit.
in and out. It was hard.
I mean, to be fair, too, like the score itself wasn't super easy for us to have a lot of dialogue, right? Like we were literally sneaking in a compound, not a lot of like talking to be going on, so it was fine.
Sure. I think maybe one of the challenges is how do we express our characters without dialogue, right? Like, what can we do to kind of express them when there is no talking? Because there's going to be a lot of missions like this where you may not be able to speak. How do they express themselves? In spite of that,
I think that comes with like proficiency with the system too, where it's like, okay, we like the flow of blades is so much different. It's like, where can I fit in my RP into this shit versus like, D&D or whatever.
Right. And I think like a big thing is like I too can get very, again, I'm new to running it, so I can get very caught up in what's happening next, and kind of pushing things forward. But if you want to RP, if you want to have your characters doing, stuff, don't be afraid to break in.
To be fair with you, I don't feel like you were pressuring us to move quickly at all. I think it was just like, I think in our heads we're like, okay, we did this thing. How do we do the next thing?
Totally.
It's like,
like I said, I think it's bang on. We were just kind of trying to get our head around mechanics on both sides of the table here. So.
And like D&D, like the how you get from this to that to your goal is like so clear for us because we've played it for like decades or whatever. And like Blades, it's like so pretty much I could say I want to do a thing and it fills a clock, which is basically what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah, it's
but I have to keep doing cool or ridiculous.
Yeah,
shit
I just have to think of something to do. It's like, wow, it really is that simple.
Like very simple, like deceptively simple for sure.
Yeah.
Because
it's not cheating, Travis.
No, it's not cheating. I mean, fictionally, I feel like it's cheating.
No,
I mean, it technically is, but like it's like written into the rules to cheat.
I mean, he's referencing something that we had in a private conversation. I think shadow teleportation, at least fictionally, kind of cheating, bro.
It is. That's why I like it. But like,
fucking hacks.
The thing I like is that, maybe it doesn't always work out like that.
For sure. Yeah. Just the implications of just like any Joe Schmo could fucking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like we're building this world, like what are the implications of that? Like once that kind of becomes more understood as a thing that's happening, maybe y'all aren't necessarily the first ones to do it, or maybe this one place just didn't have the defenses necessary.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can see what happens with it. We'll finish up here with Lil J. Lil J, during the session, did you address a challenge with tracking or violence?
No.
I thought he did a hunt.
He did a kunai thing, right?
Yeah.
I shot the kunai.
Yeah.
That's violent, bro. You shot somebody.
You did two kunai.
I think you
I
hunted
shot
too.
2 kunai.
No, I know he hunted.
I did hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, it is also not necessarily just what happened during the score. It's the entire technically session. What for us is broken over.
Yeah.
2 usually.
Oh yeah, he did do the
Security
hunt for not the downtime, but what is it that other
gathering info. So
yeah.
I guess and in fairness, I completely forgot as well. If you feel you did something during that period of time that addressed your beliefs, drives, or heritage, bring it up.
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I've expressed Banshee's like beliefs, drives, or heritage at all yet. To be honest,
I don't know if any of it works for me because like all I had the idea to be like, let's use the hair to track and then use the hair also to dive in. Like to me that could be military, but then I feel like I'm reaching on that one. I don't think so.
That's fair. That's fair.
It just feels like a really cool fantasy thing that I wanted to do.
No, it was totally dope.
Which could be a Yamakage style, like using the shadows to get in somewhere. But like I haven't developed that into Yamakage. It's gonna be in there now. I will tell you that now. Going forward, that's the Yamakage style. But
Fair enough.
yeah, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to cheat, Travis.
Now, no being a weasel.
Yeah, I don't want to be a weasel for XP. I'm already doing it enough with the desperate rolls.
That's not cheating, bro.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, man. That's you're putting yourself in a sticky situation to gain XP, and I mean, who doesn't want to do that?
So Lil J, yeah, you get two XP wherever you want to put.
Those are the. Go ahead.
And that's in one of the insight, prowess, or resolve, or the abilities row. You can throw 2 XP wherever you want there.
Yeah, I won't get to my faith stuff until I do my vice.
You said or the abilities row? Oh, I see it. Okay, never mind.
Well, I guess that. Oh no, never mind. I don't know.
I'll put 1 in insight.
Mm-hmm.
And probably go ahead and throw 1 in prowess.
1 in insight, 1 in prowess. At any point do you believe Lil J expressed his beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Well, the background wants just to remember the layout of how. Oh, I forget their name.
That's the Black Caps.
Yeah, the Black Caps. Like how their layout usually was.
That is true. He did kind of reach into his memory for that to get that map for y'all going into it. It's up to the consensus. Do y'all feel like that is on
I think
point?
so.
Yeah, it was useful.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely utilized it. So,
all right, yeah, go ahead and take that XP, sir.
That one in insight.
Did you struggle with the issue from vice or trauma? I don't think so.
I did take 3 stress at one point for something. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, well, it's only when you do your trauma. Like when you play out a trauma, which I was trying to help Maggie with.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, it was kind of like right at the end.
Yeah, I don't think Maggie was catching it.
she didn't want it, bro.
She didn't want it.
All right.
I tried.
All right, let me go over to my cheat sheet here. So we have done the payoff, got y'all true advancement. So now we are jumping into downtime. So give me 1 second. So yeah, let's kind of talk this out a little bit actually, because y'all got some new stuff, and we're gonna roll in Gunny's intro with the boathouse, I assume. But
we can do that.
You gotta, but we'll save him. We'll save Gunny for last after we get all the downtime stuff done.
For shizzle.
But yeah, how did you guys get these new upgrades? You got a boathouse and training upgrade, right?
Yes, sir.
And the training is insight, right?
Resolve, I think.
Resolve.
I think I got resolve.
Yeah.
Is that resolve?
Because I wanted to. I had the idea to also get us the resolve because I wanted to practice the magics or like the ninjutsus and stuff like that.
So what is that? Does that do anything? Like
gives us 2 experience for training instead of 1.
if you use your downtime activity to train, you'll get 2 XP instead of 1.
And we have it in all 3 of them now. So now whenever we train,
Stacked.
either insight, prowess, or resolve, we'll get 2 XP in, which is awesome.
Yeah, I was trying to think like potentially what it was that we got that helped us with training.
So let's set the scene, right? Like
fictionally.
You guys get done with your job. Banshee, you hand off the dude to Etsu. I assume come back to the hideout. What is everybody doing when they get done with the job? And it's kind of like just immediately after you guys are done coming back home. What do? What are you up to?
I honestly, like, Yuki tries to he goes into his ritual. It's like he needs to cleanse himself, purify himself, and get ready to give the sacrifices back to the Great Shadow. So he does kind of like, we don't have the necessary waterfalls, but it's like the bootleg version. He goes in, he takes a really cold shower, and he sits in and he meditates on it for a while, and he makes sure he cleans himself, and then he puts on fresh clean clothes, like 3-piece suit and everything. Man looks like a yakuza when he steps out. And it's probably in that moment, like, he steps out, he's like fixing his cufflinks, and y'all have seen him probably get ready to go and see Asui to try and de-stress in that moment. And then that's probably when Banshee probably pops up and into the house.
Yeah, and we've seen we have like the outside picture of this tower. What's the inside look like? It wouldn't be, it's it was an abandoned watchtower. Y'all kind of just got this space. But what does it look like on the inside?
Well, that's a good question.
Like those newer houses that are like 3-4 fucking stories tall, but they're like kind of thin.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of like that. Like like it's more vertical than fucking wide. So it's just like lots of fucking stairs. It's like so many stairs to get to where you want to go.
Is there an attic? I want to be like on the top floor since I'm a sharpshooter.
It makes sense.
Yeah, we can say there's an attic for sure.
Yeah,
I think probably one of the larger spaces, honestly, in the tower.
I think like the attic, and then sort of like the dock that because I also think like it goes down into like the subsurface level canal.
Totally. That's
like a transportation canal, and we've sort of, however Gunny did it, right? Fucking that space is probably fairly big to fit the boat and whatever sort of cargo that we want to get in or get out, but like the rest of it I'm picturing
has like
is
a little dock shed in there too.
Yeah.
where Gunny like sits and does whatever he does.
Smokes his pipe, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I picture it kind of tall, thin, lots of stairs, industrial. Mm-hmm. So it's not like it doesn't feel residential, but it now is for us.
Like kind of how I see it. Have made it like residential, with your own flair. For sure.
I think like
we would definitely keep the first floor where people would come in. I think that would be the cleanest.
I was gonna say the first floor is probably like a open like kitchen style, and we've got like a big table where we come to, we eat, we debrief, we have our briefings for the next score, and then like all the other floors are basically either where we train or where we each have our own spots.
What's that movie? Basic? I think it's called Basic. Oh man, it's a military movie. That's kind of what you said. That's what it reminds me of.
I like it.
Well, then, industrial, is it going to have a lot of windows, or are we going to like limit the windows? I think on the attic floor we should at least have a window on each side.
I think it does have a lot of windows. I don't think there's any great views.
Well, remember this was a watchtower, so
right.
It probably had at least what do you call them?
Like murder holes, like type shit.
Murder holes, yeah. So they're maybe not, they're not giant full pane glass windows.
I mean, we might have punched out some
light coming in.
walls to fucking, make some new windows.
I imagine the training floor, like the second or third floor, it's got like that what is it, that Spartan / like Japanese, where it's like sand, where you can fight and train with like the straw dummies and various different things in there. I definitely like that style, that where like even you can see like the weapons on the walls and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
think that'd be pretty sweet for like our training floor.
our training dojo.
Yeah, no, seriously, I imagine it being like a dojo.
Yeah.
And I like it. And you guys tell me if you like this. It kind of not being completely set up yet, right? Like
Oh,
you guys are
100%.
in the process of building this into your base.
Yep.
So like it's all kind of like, so it's kind of half finished. Like that pit's being made right now as y'all are setting up that kind of thing. So it's becoming more lived in as you're making this space your own.
I definitely like that idea. Yeah.
But yeah, Banshee. So you kind of get back at this point. What does she do when she gets back?
I think that she would do a little bit of like what maintenance that she knows for her like cyber shit, just to make sure, grease the wheels, so that there's like nothing gets too rusty. What's up, bud? She probably she doesn't decompress as like visually apparent as Shadow does. She kind of just seems the same Banshee. She kind of cleans up her shit. She'll probably, eat something quick. Like right now in this state without any trauma, I don't think that she looks like, she kind of just, it's like getting home after work, like you get home, you're relaxed, you're fucking eating a snack and like
Kind of zoning out.
yeah, like she kind of just zones out. Like she doesn't ignore people. Like if they're in the common space, she'll be like, hey, what's up, blah blah blah, all that shit. But like generally after a score, she kind of will do quick eat and then kind of just go to her room or floor or however we have that set up, and then just kind of conk out. I think she would probably just pass out and then the next day start doing like the vice shit for like stress, But like after a score, it's just to gotta release all that adrenaline and fucking just chill.
Catch some Zeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lil J. What does Lil J do when they get back?
When we get back, I'd probably go to like the training area, hit the dumbbells for a little bit.
Okay,
Then
so he just gets right into it.
I get right into it, man. My adrenaline's pumping. We had a great mission.
I love the meathead vibe, dude.
I'm also just spitting this stuff like that.
Yeah, you yelling.
That I'm getting shots up after the game.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta respect it, man.
Back. Dre, what does Dre do when he gets back? Does he wear the mask when y'all are home? Does he take that off?
No, he'll take it off around his people.
Okay.
But essentially, how I envision it with like his magic and just his stealth and how he moves, it's almost like as soon as he breaks the threshold, his mask evaporates in the smoke to his face.
Oh, nice.
And as soon as he walks out the threshold to leave,
Just back on.
Reappears right back over his face.
Sick.
I love it.
That's hard.
But he probably really focus. What he usually does is, he gets right back into his roots. So he'll study, he'll attune, get everything back in place, back aligned, and get his mind right, and just make sure, he goes over the thing in his head, see if they missed anything that they can change in the future, different strategies, going over his teammates, their strengths and weaknesses. Like he's like fully getting
It's kind of replaying it in his head.
Yeah.
sort of overcome it. Like that's interesting because he left that academic lifestyle, but like that is just kind of part of who he is. Like he just is a very studious guy and wants to just kind of go over like what did we do wrong, what can we do better, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, so you guys you get back, you decompress, do your thing. And up to you if you want your character to sort of engage in vice like that night, or if you want to wait till the next day. It's or later on in the week, up to you. But let's start with Yuki and your downtime activities. So what is he gonna engage in?
Yeah, first things first is gonna be the vice, and then train 2 into training. I'm gonna spend coin for my third. I honestly imagine like once Yuki like finishes like doing his purification rituals and stuff like that, like he'll go to each member of the crew and just like check in on them and be like, you need anything while I'm out, kind of thing. Whatever they need, I'll do it. Especially because like I know typically my vice, it could take a while, but most of the time it doesn't. With Asui.
Okay. And remind me, how does he get in contact with Asui? I forget. I'm sorry.
It's probably one of 2 different ways. Like one way is I probably go to one of her spots and I get in touch with like her manservant, the meathead. Yeah,
Theo.
Theo.
There he is.
And then the other way, which is gonna be the way when he wants to be a little more intimate with her, is like, which is why he's got the suit on and a little bit more, is he sends like a shadow sparrow with a little note.
Okay.
To meet that up.
I assume she'll send back the little crane notes that she's always given to him. I meant to ask, how did y'all divide up the coin last time? I forgot, because I know you put two in on the crew. How much did everybody?
I thought we all finished with 1, right?
Yeah, I would say just all
got
take one and then put the rest in the crew, and if somebody needs to use it for heat or whatever, just to use it.
So y'all got.
We had 1 extra. Who did we? I think it was either Maggie or.
I think y'all gave it to Maggie. I think y'all gave
it to Maggie for the extra. Yeah.
Because she did the teleporting biz.
Indeed.
Okay. So you and so you pass this so you send the little shadow sparrow off to Asui for your to deal with your vice.
Yeah.
And like what is like what kind of message would he pass along to her?
I guess to be a little coy, it'd probably be like either like a poem or a haiku, something that she would have to decipher. And I want it to be like something to where it's like it's to go and get something to eat first, to spend a little time on the town, and then we do the vice and stuff, and then whatever happens after, you kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So you toss that off. When do you toss it off? You toss it off like that evening, or do you do it the next day?
I probably toss it off that evening, so she's prepared for the next day, kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. And she'll.
Lady needs time, brother.
For sure. Sure. Yeah. You send that off, and it doesn't take long. It's like an hour or 2 later. The crane comes flying in, and she gives you the her answer, also cryptic and weird. You guys have just this very strange relationship where you're constantly fucking with each other.
It's playful.
But you're able to figure out like, okay, like here's where we're gonna meet. I say that like the next day. Ooh, excuse me.
I guess I feel like during that day, I would probably train one of the beforehand.
Okay, so you like would want to meet her like later in the day.
Yeah, because like if depending on what time we got back from our thing, I guess I'd probably be like Little J and then be like, do the purification the next day before before I go into the thing, but like probably knock out one of the training sessions. Probably because like during that time, like the studiousness of like seeing Dre, and then also like so enamored by Moon on how she did the magics, like he starts to focus in on it, which is what his training is, because I wanted to go towards resolve.
Okay.
So like
So you doing
that's his,
resolve training in the morning.
yeah, so that's his focus and stuff like that for
Okay.
for both. So
Did you already put those in there, or?
no, not yet. I was just I wanted to tell you the idea first.
Oh no, sick. No, I like it. What is his resolve training look like?
I guess one of the things is like to go back into the Yamakage roots and to focus on like the manipulation of his own chakra first,
Mhm.
and then to pull from the energies around, kind of like no, well, just pulling from the natural energies around him, but focusing in on the shadows and the shades and stuff like that. Connecting pretty much to how Moon connected to this person's blood, in a sense, her blood in a sense, and then using that to form his own like scripts of magic, so that he can adapt and like create and do different things, and then probably do a little bit more than what he's used to. Like he's used to like moving the shadows to help him be a little bit more of a ninja. Now he wants to use the shadows to actually grip or hold or do other like tangible things and stuff like that. So that's gonna be his focus.
Okay. Solid. Yeah, go ahead and throw those 2 XP in resolve, and then yeah, I guess like would you say later that day, or was it the next day that he made stuff with Asui?
It's gonna be later, that because it's like, again, he's prompting like a date kind of thing,
Sure.
with his, and obviously she knows that there's more to it, but so that's the first 2, so training and then Vice.
Yeah. Where do y'all meet initially?
I feel like initially we meet at like a specific park, and the park is probably near, not a merchant's district, but like a, like that restaurant kind of like district where like the food stalls and things of that nature.
Yeah, I feel like the Xinjiang market, like in Kitagawa, would be kind of like that.
Yeah, so
kind of just like this open market with a lot of food stalls for sure.
definitely. And then like, he walks her around making goofy jokes, little cryptid things to get her excited, and then like picking out the different foods that he knows that she likes when she was younger, and even now that she probably hasn't gotten around to for a while, since
Yeah,
she's a
like
proper princess.
like as y'all are kind of strolling around the market, and she's got her fans. She's real diva, and she's kind of nibbling on whatever little treats y'all have been messing with each other. So when are you going to get to the real reason we are out here today?
You think promenading you around isn't the real reason why I'm here? I want people to see the treasures around here, and you're the treasure.
It is that is your, how do I say, enjoyment. It is most certainly your pleasure, but it is not
Indeed.
your only reason here today.
Of course not. I thought we could have some fun with before business, and maybe even fun after business.
Of course, but that's what I wish to know. What is the business? Business can be fun for me as well.
I bet. And he walks her off a little bit to the side where there's a little bit more privacy. And I need help again, purifying the sacrifices like normal.
You are pushing yourself quite hard lately.
My crew needs many of things, and people are noticing our particular style, and they like our
Yes.
style.
I've your names have, or at least the names of your crew, I should say, are starting to spring up every now and again in certain circles. I'm quite proud. You are doing quite well, but do not overstress yourself. I will not always be able to help. You must be careful, Yuki.
When that day comes where you can't help, I'm done. You are quite important to me, and you are one of the only foundations I have left.
She kind of, like rubs your arm, says, well, let's hope that day never comes.
Indeed.
So y'all,
he produces like the 2 shards that he has. He's like, if you please, I have a room ready.
let us go off. And so y'all make your way to the room to do the ritual. You want to go ahead and do your vice roll.
It is just the D6 or the resolve, right?
Let's see. You roll your weakest attribute rating.
Yeah. Weakest.
So it'd
That
be,
is insight.
yeah.
Cool. There we go. That's not
Nice.
bad.
Or stress. Yeah, so this time it was definitely a lot better than the last go around.
Definitely.
So yeah, why did this one clear stress a little bit better?
I would have to say it's because of her.
Mhm.
I honestly, I feel as though it's one of those things to where, granted, 2 particular souls I've given to the Great Shadow in this ritual and things of that nature, and I guess in that blessing, I feel as though the Shadow gave us an illusion of like a more cleaner world, a more beautiful world in that moment, and it gave both me and Asui that gift of just peace in this moment, and probably Asui in the, not only that, but her taking the time to probably put on like a dress or a kimono that's Yuki's favorite color,
Mhm.
Things of that nature. She took the time to stand out for him, and it definitely calmed his spirits in a way.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah.
I dig it, man. Yeah, you guys, you guys do that. I assume activities afterward. Having a good time.
Indubitably. So I don't get
Fade-
back to the hideout until the next day.
Yeah, there's a lovely fade to black after the ritual,
Indeed.
and then
indeed.
and you're not doing anything else. Those are, you're only going to use those 2. Or we're
I
gonna spend a
actually was
coin?
going to spend a coin because I wish Maggie was here, so it might have to change, and it might have to be with Asui because Maggie's not here. So I wanted to train again in Resolve, so that'll level me up so I can get 2 in a tune.
Okay.
So I guess
I
in the
it makes
moment,
sense.
yeah, I guess in the
Makes sense.
moment, like Yuki wakes up, he makes sure that there's breakfast and all this other things, and then like while they're eating and drinking and goofing around, he's Asui, I need a little help.
Even more? You are so demanding.
I'm sorry, this one obviously I will pay for, because I need a teacher who's very well adept at using the magics that I seek. You obviously know of the Yamakage style, the shadow style techniques and things of that nature. And I want to learn to be a little bit more potent with that ability.
I can certainly help expand your horizon there. Most
And
certainly.
see, and that is why that is why you are important to me.
Believe me, I heard what you said.
I'm now.
And
the shadows
so
are
y'all,
playing tricks on you.
so yeah, y'all do your training through the. Probably, I would say it would take probably the rest of the day. You know, y'all want to spend the rest of the day together. Yeah, go ahead and take Deuce and that, and so those ones will carry over just because.
Yeah, so I got one left over. So cool.
Mhm.
Nice. So Attune is now at 2 dots.
Okay.
Nice. And that's me, man.
Sick. Yuki is sitting. He's sitting at 3 stress. A new thing in Attune. Nice.
I'm ready for another tough heist.
I mean, 3 is doable.
All right. So jumping to Banshee. So yeah, we'll go back a couple of days. You know, you see Yuki dressed to the nines, heading out the next day. So what is Banshee up to this same morning?
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Mhm.
First thing I'm gonna do is try to reduce some heat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that.
I appreciate
Just
you
with
taking
command.
the sacrifice this time.
Yeah, man. I did it last time too, I think.
Yeah, Banshee was the only one last time too.
Y'all motherfuckers pretend heat don't exist.
Well, I'm saying I had to buy the physiker.
Facts. I'm hoping
Yeah.
Maggie comes back. I'm hoping Moon does some heat or something. But I'm gonna do command.
Okay.
In my mind, I'm just literally trying to intimidate people to fucking forget about us.
Now,
But
I
it's
will say
like-
again, if you want to use a higher level or like one of your better deals, you can. Like you're not limited
I mean-
to command. It's up to you.
The only one that are better makes 0 sense to me. Like I'm not gonna like skirmish. Getting in a fight is like more heat. You know, to me, that's how that seems.
It's not like I get it, but really it's like we just make up why that worked. Like
I mean, I'm
If you wanna
down.
use skirmish-
My 2 dots are prowl and skirmish. Otherwise, those are the only ones better.
yeah,
So,
so I mean like we could say like if you want it to not be so loud, like she uses prowl. Or actually no, it would be reduced back to 1, right? Because didn't she boost that? Or was that up to 3? last
you're
time?
right. That is reduced back to 1. That is correct. So yeah, skirmish is the only one I have higher.
So I mean, like again, like because heat is just very abstract.
I mean, I'm down to fight some people in the name of shutting them up.
It's literally that. It's like someone is speaking out of turn. Someone is has your name is putting your names out there.
I guess I'm intimidating with my fists. You know, instead of my words, I'm using my fists.
Yeah, exactly. So like let's kind of play this out. So you know, so next day, Banshee is she just kind of strolling through like kind of like like through darker areas? Is she going to like bars? Like where is she going that she's hearing
I would
people
think
and it's
that
like, you need to shut your mouth?
Just like the criminal she is, she returns to where she started, where she found some info on the guy at whatever the fuck that bar's name was. The Fallen Angel bar, I think.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I have written down. Potentially where you know, chrome enthusiasts hang. And probably is going to like, you didn't fucking talk to me, dude. Because I think that guy, she was already like convinced he wouldn't talk. Maybe, I don't know why she'd beat him up, but I guess she's beating him up now, or beating up someone else who may have thought they saw something they didn't, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, we could say like she gets in there, you know, maybe she's hanging out, and she kind of just like hears y'all's name at one point. Someone's whispering, you know, they look like Ashikaga guys, and you hear him go like, yeah, smoke on the water. That seems like another one. And so she hears that, and what does she do?
Probably, honestly, probably doesn't think much. Probably just clink clocks him. Like, if he's sitting at the bar, just fucking sneaks him. And then his buddy probably, you know, and yeah, his buddy try to fucking take her out, you know, so she just brawls with him.
Sick. I love it. I love it. So yeah, reducing heat.
This is where the pro gamer move comes in, all right? Because I'm going to push myself to do this. So I'm
Okay,
going to take an additional die.
I don't know that you can push yourself outside of a score.
You could do it, bro. I just researched it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
So basically,
what
the pro gamer move is I'm going to be pushing myself on my 2 rolls to induce trauma.
Oh, okay. Trying to get that trauma. Oh,
dude, it's a 2.
That is the meta.
Well, here's
trauma.
the thing, bro. It helps out on 2 things. Now I don't have to spend a downtime action to reduce my stress, because it's going to be 0.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So anyway, I shall brawl with +1 die. And I'm assuming it's just risky standard or whatever. How do you want to? Is there?
Yeah, risky standard.
Okay. Sick. I think that's 3 heat.
Is it 3 or is it 6?
I believe it's 3.
Oh yeah, because it's by tier or
yeah. So 1 to 3 is 1, 4, 5 is 2, 6 is 3, then critical is 5.
Yeah. So 3 heat down. 3. Okay.
Yeah. So hopefully one of my other brethren in the crew may reduce heat 1 time. That'd be great. But what Banshee's gonna do with her second downtime action, maybe I'll pay to reduce heat. Anyway, for right now, what I'm going to do is a long-term project, and I would like to try to find my ex-husband.
Oh, she's actually searching for him.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to find him.
So he going to start that long-term project. All right. Get that clock up here.
Hey, Joe, go girl.
That's something I wasn't expecting to hear.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
I gotta start connecting with my past, bro, or else I'm never gonna express my beliefs, background, or values.
I feel you.
If there's just a clean cut, it's like, well, this character is,
just a beast and a beast only.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
So locate Rathel Dara.
I'm glad you remembered his name.
Well,
I was trying to look through my notes, and I was like, I didn't actually put that down
when y'all were doing your stuff.
Yeah.
So we're gonna because of who he is connected to, he's part of Ebony Hill. But I don't think Banshee would know that at the moment. So we're gonna make that an 8 o'clock. Be pretty difficult for her to kind of get a handle on where he is, what he's doing. So we got the 8 o'clock there for locating Rathal. And so like what's going through her mind that makes her even want to start doing that? Like, she just got done beating up some dudes. What is she doing after that? That kind of puts her in that headspace to be like, I gotta find Rathel, or at least know where he's at.
I think so. It's completely separate. So like, she beats up the dudes. She vacates the area. She starts strolling around. We'll say she's trying to lose some of her own heat. So she's in a park, right? She's in a park. Yeah, exactly. She's strolling in a park, and there just so happens to be a mother with a stroller and a little baby having a great old time, and she's just like, that fucking bitch. And so she has this like instant pang, this stab to the chest, right in her heart of just like, she like her knuckles are probably still bloody from fucking beating these kids up. So it's just like, I should be doing that, not this. Like, that was stolen from me,
Oh man.
that is where I should be. Like, I just beat the shit out of some dudes for fucking uttering our crew's name. Like, what am I doing? You know?
Like maybe even having flashbacks.
100%.
Of her pregnancy and
Mhm.
all
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, totally. So she's in this part. She's kind of having these memories kind of come in and maybe almost invasively coming in.
Oh yeah.
As she's watching these families walk by. So what does she do after she? So like, what makes her go like, I gotta find Raffle?
I think it's just like it pisses her off so much that she wants. Now I don't remember how if she had suspicions or knew that like he was essentially the one that had it all fucked up, or
I think going by the notes, she like she was suspicious. But
I think it was suspicious. So I think like she's pissed off, and the only place to kind of put that anger is with him.
Mhm.
So
More
she
like a
wants.
reasonable outlet she sees.
Yeah, she's like, well, it ain't me, so it's gotta be you, bitch. So it's like, I think, like, in sort of the train of thoughts, she wants to find him, see what he's doing, and then try to, and this doesn't have to be this single clock, it could be a bunch down the road.
Sure.
But it's like, she wants to eventually find out whether he was the one that, I don't even know if we've actually discussed the full story. I don't think we have. But if he's the one that basically made the call for that to happen, and then at that point, she would likely try to do some sort of score to take him out if he was the one to do it,
Okay.
That's kind of a long train of thoughts, but first thing is like, I need to find him and figure out what the fuck he's doing.
Okay. No, I dig it. So what is her first step in accomplishing that?
I mean, the only real contact that she has is Etsu. Like, that's the only one that she can think of to even get her started down a path to try to do stuff. So I think she would reach out to her and see if she like recognizes the name, or if there's any way that Etsu can try to think of locating a person, or if she knows like a private investigator or someone who does that type of shit that she could kind of hook me up with.
Yeah. So let's kind of play this out. Like, you contact Etsu, and what did she say to her? Like, what did she bring up to her about it?
Oh, so you live?
It takes a couple seconds. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to find a person.
All right,
And
hit me.
it's personal, it's not with the crew, so if you could keep this, between you and me as much as possible, at least away from my crew.
Mom's the word. So, who are you looking for?
He's, goes by the name of Rathal Dara.
All Dara. Sounds like a Raha name.
Yes, he, if it helps, he was my husband.
Oh, you were married? Damn, I wouldn't have guessed.
People change.
Yeah, no kidding. Hold on, I'll see what I can do. So it's up to you what action you would use for this.
I would use consort for sure.
Consort. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is controlled standard. It's
Okay. And then again, I will push myself for one die, which
Okay.
does end up traumaing me, whatever the verb of that is.
Sure.
But
Enter trauma.
failure.
Okay, so that only fills in one piece of pie.
I mean, I guess it makes sense for the trauma.
Yeah, nah, it's obviously this is a pretty significant pain point of her past, and kind of jumping head first into it is gonna maybe just kind of push her over the edge here. So,
And so,
yeah,
just if this kind of can flavor how you want to do this, I'm going to take paranoid.
yeah, no, totally. So yeah, like, so you give that call to Etsu. She tells you like, yeah, I'll hit you back when I got anything. Cuts the call. But in that second, after the call cuts, like you enter this paranoid state, and what does that look like? Why does that happen?
Almost to sort of create it a bit more, I definitely could see it as we start searching for him and discover that he's searching for me. And so there's like this paranoia of, I used to feel like I could walk down the street and, no one was out to get me. We've been pretty quiet as a crew, so it's like I'm not worried about getting arrested, all that sort of shit. Life has been kind of simple, but with like assuming that there's the however it is that he is searching for me, now I'm like questioning, oh, this person that tried to talk to me, were they trying to get a piece of information out of me? I start questioning my contacts, not named contacts, but people that I'm in the scene with.
If you don't mind
sort
me
of
amending
thing.
it,
Sure.
instead of it being Rathel that Etsu gets any kind of like notice on, it's excuse me, it's like a friend of a friend that she's able to no, let me back that up. It's his mother instead
That's searching for me.
That's searching for you. That
Gotcha.
kind of gets some pings. Like, well, does Etsu know Banshee's real name?
I would think that she would reveal it as part of this search.
Okay. So yeah, so she's scrolling through all the sigil, and she comes back to you. I mean, it's up to you. Maybe you could say like a day later, or even maybe a few hours later. Maybe she's just able to do it really quickly, and says, "Yo, Banshee, you there?"
Yo.
So hey, I'm not getting a lot of traction on this Rothel guy, but his mom, is her name? I don't think we ever gave her a name.
Bitch.
Let me pull up the old generator,
That's right.
and we'll say her name is Pyria. There we go.
Pyria, just like diarrhea. You know what I'm saying?
You tell me if this is fine.
Yeah, totally.
Priya. And she says, yeah, was this dude's name like, or his mom's name like Priya or Pyria, however the hell you say this chick's name?
I believe it's Peruia, but yes.
I'm getting a little bit of chatter out there. It's not a lot. Not getting a ton of hits. But she's looking for, someone by your actual name. She's putting feelers out there for it. Or at least she's it's real minor at the moment, but there's some out there.
Do you know the nature of the inquiries? What are they attempting to do?
Seems right now they're just trying to find her. Trying to find this person is all I can really see. Nothing more
What
than
more
that.
could the bitch want with me? Sorry taking so much. Sorry, Etsu.
Do what you got. You got to work through what you got to work through. But I'll keep trawling. I'll keep searching. I'll let you know if I get any more hits.
Okay. I
she
appreciate that.
She she cuts the line. And so yeah, like I guess that, like you said, like everything before, like those that paranoid feeling just kind of washes over Banshee in that moment. How does she react? Like how does she kind of act out because of that?
Yeah, I think I feel like potentially she would probably like how do you act out paranoia, I guess. I think like she would go to another bar and try to sit in like a dark corner or something like that to where she feels like her back is against the wall strategically, and like she's literally trying to study the room, like not using the action, but like, study the room to like, okay, it's that person, what am I hearing? Are they searching? Like, do I hear my real name? Like she, for whatever reason, like being in because like bars are kind of where, that sort of the information flows, right? So she's like, I have to be the first person to be aware, I have to notice them before they notice me, strike first, all that shit.
Like maybe she's even like attracting trouble because she's staring so hard, and
oh yeah,
these kind of places you stare like that, like you're
right.
Like, well, hey, what do you want?
Yeah.
So yeah, I could definitely see her, getting some more fights because folks think she's like staring them down,
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so that is Banshee. Now freshly paranoid as she searches for her ex-husband. With that, we will go over to Dre. Ooh, excuse me. And so Dre, it is the same morning. You see Shadow leave dressed to the nines off on his excursions. Banshee leaves a little while later. What do you do this same morning?
So after replaying everything in my head, sleeping on how everything went, I kind of come to the realization that I gotta make sure that I'm all the way right. Like, we had a good score, but it could have been slightly better if I was on point. So I'm gonna go back to the doc and see if I can get all the way together.
Excuse me. All right, so you're going back to Dr. Rashad.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Stand by one.
I'm excited to hear Dr. Rashad's voice again.
Trying to because he is y'all put him at tier 1, correct? Because you upgraded him.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah. And I forgot where we said he was. I think we said he was like pretty nearby in Zhuyang, right?
He's a Ripper Doc. He's hiding.
Yeah, he's Ripper Doc. So yeah, you go to the shop. Did Dre tell him his like alias at all, or is he just like? So okay, so he's just a masked customer. Right. So yeah, you come in, you see a couple folks kind of like waiting by. You see someone like on the chair that he's dealing with, and they're like he's like, you're fine, my friend, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. They keep screaming like, you shithead. And he's like, don't worry, and he kind of gives them he like grabs some pills off of the counter and just dumps that shit in his face. Says, true, you'll be fine. You'll feel better in a matter of seconds, my friend. And so he finishes up with him. Guy gets up. He's all messed up as he gets up. After a couple minutes, turns around to you and he says, "My friend, welcome back. Welcome back. What can Dr. Rashad do for you?"
As you've seen, my ailments from before have not fully been taken care of. You did, but
yes.
See we can make some more progress.
Dr. Rashad will do what he can for you, my friend. Don't you worry about a thing. You see him grab the laughing gas. Dr. Rashad is a tip-top shape today, my friend. He'll take good care of you. So he is. Are you using both actions for this again, or are you just doing one?
I think I'm gonna use both actions for it again. Now I do got a question before I do this.
Mhm.
Now clearing this takes care of the harm, but I still have the trauma, right?
Correct. Yeah, trauma does not go away.
Okay.
Trauma is the only like real game over state in terms of like when you hit 4 traumas, that's when your character retires.
I thought there was a rule where you could do a long-term thing to try and take away trauma.
Those are like the supplemental rules that
Okay.
are like
So you're not,
you know,
we're not doing those ones.
we can but for right now sticking as more or less as close to vanilla as we can.
Okay.
And we'll see how it plays out once y'all get more traumas, if that's what you guys want to do.
Especially if we like our characters.
Right. But so you're using both your downtime actions for healing.
Yeah.
All right, rolling 2d6. Oh, dub 6.
That's a
So
crit.
that's a full that's a full clock.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
it is a crit. Which I don't know what that. I don't think it would do anything extra for you this time, because I think it just clears that clock anyway.
Because that's 5 ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Because
Yeah, so
it's 1 for 1, so technically 10 ticks, basically, right?
No, I think it's
Yeah,
5.
he's completely cleared.
Critical is just 5, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the laughing gas actually worked for Dr. Shaw to put him. He was not lying.
He was not
So,
lying.
Buddy.
So he
Better already.
yeah, he slathers this like Oasis style ointment all over your leg, like puts some on a little Q-tip, sticks it in your ear, says, "This is an Oasis special, my friend. You will be tip top shape in no time, Dr. Rashad guarantee. Give it he say 30 minutes and you'll be just fine." And almost certainly, about 30 minutes later, you feel that pain is gone. It feels like you feel right as rain.
Nice.
You remember Dr. Rashad next time, yes? Bring him more business, yes?
Of course, doctor. All maths come to you.
We'll see you next time, my friend. He just, gives you a pat on the back, heads you on out. Is that all that Dre gets up to?
He'll probably slink out and spend a coin or so to fix some of his vices. He loves some of the finer things. So
Okay, so he's going to indulge his vice.
extra watch or an extra chain. Maybe a
So I think I might have messed up here. Let me see. No, we're good.
Trying to get that bling bling, bro.
So if you look in the guidebook, in the TPW guidebook, when you indulge a vice, you have to actually visit a vice purveyor. And so if you look at in the guidebook, I believe page 57, under luxury, because I think his luxury is pleasure, I believe. That would be like the closest one. I think it's like stupor and pleasure. And so like which of these, if you are looking at it, would be kind of the purveyor he goes to. And it doesn't always have to be the same one each time. You can switch each time if you want to.
Leos and Sons.
Liao and Sons, fine fabrics and tailoring in Taijiang. Yeah, it's like a very high end clothing shop. And
You
so
didn't want to go to Lady Luck's for that Wednesday night.
he wants the finer things, man. He wants to drip out.
I feel it. I feel it.
Liao and Sons is the place to go for that for sure. Yeah, you stroll over and through Taijiang. It's got the very glitzy marketplace, very high end shops everywhere. You come into the storefront. There's a lot of folks in like very well to do like business suits and kimonos. A lot of refined wealth there. It doesn't look like high nobility wealth, but definitely like people that are well off are kind of milling around. And like, does he go here like with in like his best attire, or does he go to buy best attire here? Like, is he kind of walking in like in his scraps at the moment to go and get good clothes, or is he coming in a good suit already?
I think he would come in with a good suit, and in the just growing up in nobility and everything, one of the first things that they judge anyone off of is not necessarily their first attire, but their shoes. Your shoes tell a lot about a person. Okay. So yeah, comes into Liao and Sons, and they're you see like an older gentleman, and two, like, he looks like he's in his like in his 60s, and then two other guys that are also kind of working the floor, look like they're like in their 40s and 30s. And so the older guy says, "Welcome to Liao and Sons, my good sir. How can I help you this fine day?" Good sir, I wanted to find a shoe fitted for all occasions.
A shoe fitted for all occasions. We can certainly accommodate you on that, my good man. Please follow me. And he kind of guides you over to sort of like the haberdasher section of the store, and you see kind of a fine array of footwear. And says, "Will you be going for the traditional shinin look, or?" And he kind of looks at you. "Do you or a lion hold particular attire?"
I think the lion hold would be more fitting for what's in.
Of course, sir. Of course. And so he kind of looks over a bunch of different shoes. And he brings out a few different ones. Like what would be something that Dre would be particularly interested in, like shoe wise?
So he not only prefers like minimum strings,
Mhm.
so a little bit of a slip in, slip on type of thing, but he's big on the sole of the foot.
Okay.
So make sure the heel is extremely supported in whatever they're doing, but also that top won't bridge and make that on every step. He doesn't want
Okay.
that. So there's just certain particulars that he's looking for, and obviously more of a sheen, a black for it. That way, whatever he's into, it's not gonna really stand out too much.
Totally. Yeah, and I feel like he kind of brings over a few sets of shoes. It's like kind of rejected. No, all of like different varying materials. Before he brings over a pair that I guess just kind of sings to. Well, actually, I mean, we got to see his vice roll, and we'll see if he gets something that he likes. So you roll your lowest attribute rating, which in this turn is insight.
Let's do it. Get money.
And,
And I can push myself for that, right?
Not for this, no.
Okay,
That's only for action rolls.
got you.
You got it. You got success.
So yeah,
You got
you
it.
reduce
You got
you
it.
reduce 3 stress. So he's only down to 2 stress now. So I'd say that was a pretty successful excursion. He got some nice shoes. Maybe not exactly what he wanted, but definitely as close as he could get to it for sure. And so yeah, he gets those shoes. Mr. Liao himself says, "Thank you very much, sir, for your patronage. We hope you return to Liao and Sons soon."
Thank you. I will.
And you say he when he's outside of the hideout, like, does he have his mask on now as he's walking around?
In a setting like this, no. Just so he wouldn't, kind of draw attention to himself.
Okay.
But soon as so essentially, he is always trying to never be noticed.
Mhm.
When he knows he's in a place like this, the best way not to be noticed is to blend in.
Yeah. Okay. So he's trying to he's blending in by being normal, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, as you step outside, a familiar voice calls out to you, and you hear the voice of Rosalind say, "Ardrith," and she's kind of
cool.
she's kind of standing off, kind of nearby. She said, "I thought that was you walking into that store."
Rose.
So, have you decided to stop acting the fool and return home?
And as she starts talking, I just turn around and you see the smoke go right back over my the mask on.
And yeah, she starts screaming. She's like, "Ardrith, Karen, are you going to really ignore me? Ardrith!" And I mean, people are looking as you're like kind of strolling away. Does he just keeps on going?
He just walks right off.
She's gonna attempt to follow. Does he try to just lose her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah. What action roll?
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, and this is
That's the most fitting one.
yeah. I would say this is risky. It's a little weird to be doing in the middle of the crowd, but Ardrith is good at what he does. Just a risky standard.
Let's go, dude.
Boom. You do it. Yeah. You how do you lose her?
So I lose her, but I don't lose her. So what I do is I use the crowd. I put on my mask and everything as I was floating through. And soon as like I identify someone that's almost like the exact same size, height, weight, everything. And as we shift past like this, I remove my mask. That way, she's probably trying to use that as an identifier.
Right.
And as soon as we go down, I go down like that, shift, and I end up telling her. So I've disappeared, but I am actually following her.
Okay. I think you see her like you do that switch, and she goes after that person that you switched with, right? And she kind of grabs them, like she catches up and grabs them, and they kind of turn around. They're like, "Can I help you?" She's like, "Oh, please, forgive me." Looks around, very, very frustrating. Just goes and starts scrolling off, and you see her. Do you follow her like throughout the rest of the throughout the rest of the day?
Yeah, I not necessarily the whole day, but I want to see essentially where she goes when she leaves this place.
Okay. Yeah, you tail her for a while. Have a good night, Kyle, if you're bouncing off. But you tail her for a while, and she ends up, after she gives up looking for you, she have a good night, buddy.
Hi, William.
Um,
But I'll see you guys next week.
See you
no
later.
problem, boss. Have a good night, boss.
Yep.
You end up tailing her down to Silk Road. She walks for a while down that way before she ends up at a kind of like just like this warehouse with some guards out in front of it. Excuse me. And as she walks up, let me see if I got this guy on here. Actually, hold on. He's a real motherfucking lad.
That's a lad.
He's a real ass lad.
Back to the original 4.
Yeah, I forgot to. I forgot to put him in here. Hold on one sec. So I just throw him in real quick. But you see, she walks up to this like kind of gated warehouse, and there's a dude in like power armor. Oh no, here he is. Kind of like walks out of this warehouse. He walks up. He says, "Rosalind, where have you been?" She says, "And if you're concerned, Corridon, I may travel as I please. You are not the leader of this group. You are merely a guest for the time being. Do not overstate your authority." He says, "I will extend my authority where I and the Emperor wish." And she just kind of like gives him this glare, turns and walks into the warehouse, followed by this guy. What do you do after that? Do you kind of just break away, or?
Yeah, I'll make a note in my journal of everything, like where this is at, writing down his name, just so I have that info for future reference if need be.
Absolutely. Sick nasty. Yeah, so you have that all kind of squirreled away in your head, and I guess get back to the hideout where we can now meet our newest member.
Do walk back in with my new shoes on.
I feel like, bro, yeah, I feel like I see, like, me and Dre are walking back in. I'm like just whistling to myself, and I'm like, nice shoes, bro. Looking clean.
Looking real dapper.
You look like you've had a time yourself.
I feel charged. Great. The great shadows bless me abundantly, bro. I'm ready to eat. What about you?
I could definitely use a meal.
Let's get some noodles in us, man.
Don't forget to smoke.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really seen much of the famed ramen chef. Is that where y'all go to get some grub?
Yeah.
Go and eat with Kakuni Shin out at the ramen shop. And
That's
so
the Shin.
Ohio, come on in. He's got his big belly, bulked arms, got the eye patch. He's in there just it's all hot. He's in there cooking up that shit. Usual.
Oh, please. Sake, bro?
Oh, yes.
Get a little drink? Yeah. Oh, we need to go get Banshee. Get the rest of the people down here if we want.
I was gonna ask, like, does Banshee just kind of show up? Is it kind of like a normal time y'all would go and eat?
I think she would, and like you guys were chill vibes. Y'all could sense something is off with her. Like normally she's kind of on the level, but now it's like she has a little nervous tick with her or something.
And it's like, Yuki pours the drinks for everybody, passes them off to, Dre, and then passes it off to Banshee. You want to talk about it?
Not particularly.
Well, then he pours another one if you drink it. Let's drink and forget about it then.
The noodles will wash it away, as they always
Drink
do.
noodles.
There we
Drink
go.
noodles will cure all wounds.
Hey, and then, I'll pour another one for our man. You drinking with us?
Oh yeah, he slams it
job.
back. Oh, by the way, there'll be some company tonight looking for you, Miss Burners of the Black Dragonflies. She had asked me to come and get you, but I told her this was the time you would be here usually.
Do you know what for?
If I had to guess, got work for you. And
Can we at least enjoy our dinner first?
of course, I told her to come by later. Let you eat first. Don't worry.
Appreciate it.
I won't let anything ruin one of my meals. Slams down each of your bowls. Eat up.
Yeah, buddy. Itakimasu. And he just just have a boys' night, I guess. Just chilling for a second.
And a girl.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, bro.
She's kind of a bro.
Yeah.
You got bro energy.
Yeah,
True
big
moment.
bro energy.
That's silent. Like we don't need to talk about it.
Yeah,
but
she's
we're
definitely
just-
brooding tonight, so potentially, D, if you want to do it this way too, you could introduce Gunny because he works here as the delivery person.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, let's get into to Gunny coming in here. Shit, where'd I put him? There he is.
We got the new ramen noodle front boat shop, delivery shop or whatever.
So
That's
is
right,
Gunny
man.
his name or his alias?
Alias.
Alias, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name?
Azagal Ironforge.
Oh, can you access his sheet? It should be there under scoundrels.
Let's just see. No.
Can't access it. Oh.
What ancestry did you go with him?
He's dwarf.
My boy.
There's Gunny.
All right. Hey. There you go. You can get all his
Boom.
stuff in there. All right. So his heritage.
Actually, I'm gonna switch that.
Guys,
'cause-
it's from. Oh yeah, because it is. It's weird about it.
It's
Yeah.
not as big about as with Banshee. Gunny would probably fucking let you know his name, but yeah.
So yeah, he is a dwarf. Where is he from? What parish is he from?
He is from Flintfall.
Flintfall. That's where his family is from as well.
Yep.
Okay. And I can't fill any of that in. I don't know why I can't. Oh no, there we go. That's why. I see it now. But yeah, you can if you click on the oh, not that. If you just click on it, you can you can edit it. So
What am I clicking on?
Flint, oh, not Flint Blast. Flint Fall.
Flint Flask, and we're taking a bath.
All right. So he's military. What was his? I put the shit down in the fruit notes.
So I'm thinking potentially that there was some sort, because it's like he's sort of a sailor, like he was in the Navy, but the Navy's not entirely a thing for Flint Fall, really. So I'm guessing there's like, instead of Coast Guard, there's like River Guard for like the river that runs along here.
Totally. Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
absolutely. I think that would be the case. There were definitely, I think you could definitely argue there were ship battles during.
Yeah,
the
not
fight
like
between Flint Fall and
giant
Chittenden.
naval sea warfare, but like what can fit within this river for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So Azagal, Iron Forge, aka Gunny. He is dwarf from Flintfall. His background was a sailor.
Yep.
Is he old enough to have been a part of the Council Wars?
Remind me how long ago that was?
Think about a century past at
Then
this point.
yeah, I'm guessing he's probably like, assuming dwarves are 300-400 years old before they pass. I'm guessing Gunny's probably like 200 something.
Let me see. Let me just double check the timeline here.
He's like what, middle?
He's
Late-
probably like late 40s, early 50s in like human related age.
That's what's up.
If he's about 200, then he was definitely around for that time. Yeah, he was
He was a
around
young
pre-
whippersnapper, you know?
Yeah, he was around pre Grand Council, so he saw all that shit go down.
There
And was a
too.
part of it. Ooh, excuse me. So you said he is about how old again? I'm sorry.
I'll just say like 231.
31. Okay.
Yeah.
1 years old. Sailor. Witnessed Grand Council and all the wars that followed. All right. His vice is pleasure.
Leisure.
Yeah,
Who is his,
he likes to frequent the brothels.
okay. Who is his like main vice purveyor right now?
Called Big Mom.
Yeah, Mama San. I don't know. I didn't see one on there that was like a brothel purveyor, but
there's a couple, I believe.
okay.
Let me just double check here.
The Maiden's Pearl. It didn't specify what that was, but like
Excuse me.
Nauco.
Let me see. I thought I'd put some there. But the Harpy's Kiss is a brothel, and the where is it? Strange and Familiar. So Xiangxi, you remember, is the leader of the Sanguine Cartel. Emmeline Rothwell is the leader of the Black Dragonflies, if that would change
Interesting.
perspective. So Strange and Familiar is another brothel, if that's something he would be doing.
Strange and Familiar. That is a name, dude.
Remind me, what do we have any relationship with the Black Dragonfly sisters?
Yes. Yeah. You guys are.
So they're friends with Briggs.
Woo!
You guys are. What's it?
We love Briggs.
You are associates. Because of their, and I think that was their association through the Onihoshi, I think.
I think I would go to their place.
To their establishment.
Yes.
Shit, I lost my notes.
Because like the Sanguine cartel seems. Yeah. I think the Dragonfly Sisters matches his vibe much more. Like,
Okay.
just from what I'm reading, like the Sanguine Cartels one seems a little bit more potentially druggy at the brothel.
Totally.
If it's
Yeah,
like,
they would.
and like for him, it's like he doesn't want to do the drugs. He just wants the companionship, and like it seems potentially like the Dragonfly Sisters really take care of their own. You know,
100%.
and he's a gentlemanly partaker, right? Like he's not very respectful with, you know, whoever's helping him out. So that would definitely be more his vibe versus kind of using them as, I guess, using them as a vice. It's like it's sort of all in the way you do it, I guess.
No, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's his outlet for sure. You know, it doesn't have to be 100% on the level.
Right. He doesn't have to be a dick about it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, 1 second, I'm just feeding my cat real quick.
You're good.
Oh boy.
All right. So his vice is pleasure. Emmeline Rathwell is his purveyor for the time being. Sick. And then he is.
Who did you say was the purveyor? Because I'd like for them to be my positive contact, if possible.
Sure. Emmeline Rathwell, who is she is the leader of the I'll put her name in the chat. She's
Okay.
the leader of the Black Dragonflies. Sure, I'm spelling it right. Jesus.
Almost had that. I had a W in front of the R.
So that is so she is I assume his friend then, his friendly contact.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does he know Emmeline?
I think just by going to her brothel multiple times, and he's kind of established himself as a regular and one that's leaves good, like it has a good reputation basically.
Yeah, he's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Like have they do they hang out outside of that, like or is it just kind of like a friendly business contact?
I would think that like at the brothel there's sort of like a common area, maybe like a bar where you can hang out at before like going to your private room or however you want to do that. But I would guess that potentially they've had like conversations, at the bar, late nights, just kind of, someone to have a conversation with and, respects her opinion on things and that sort of stuff. Just kind of probably a lower level friendship, but he would definitely see her as like a friend.
Okay, so like really, they're they're he's a good business relation, effectively.
Yeah.
With maybe a little bit more in terms of like they're like good acquaintances, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, he spends so much fucking time there, and obviously she runs the place, so you have enough conversations with someone, you gain a little bit of warmth, you know?
For sure. And yeah, rival. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone who was in the service, potentially someone who like framed Gunny so that when Gunny was up for promotion, this guy also was, and he did something so that Gunny didn't get it, you know? That's probably why Gunny left the service. He was just like, that's bullshit, you know? Like, he didn't make a big stink about it or pursue it or anything, but he was just like, nah, it's bullshit. I can't believe you sided with him, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, fuck it, I'm out.
Okay, so Gunny kind of hates this guy. Does this guy like really care about him at all back?
I think there was some animosity to begin with because he wanted the spot that was going to go to Gunny. So he did some stuff to fuck up Gunny, but I don't know if I'd say like that person is actively trying to fuck over Gunny in my head.
Okay, so they were like professional rivals, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay. What was this guy's name?
Let's see. Random dwarf name generator. Let's see. Do we have any other of like the main families from Flintfall?
There's the Boulder family, Boldar, I believe. They're like the main family of Boldar.
Okay. Dude, these dwarven names suck. The fuck. I'll go with Helmok. Helmok, and he said it's Boldar.
Okay, yeah, he's a part of the Boldar family.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm guessing he used his family name to like get more into that position than Gunny could.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, see, like the Ironforge family, Gunny's family being like some of the crafters, but not like a huge. They're like lower tier on the crafting totem pole. They're no Umbasos, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. So they got chosen ahead. So he got picked ahead of Gunny for like major promotion, causing Gunny to leave the service. All right, sick, nasty. So it looks like you already got the dots from Leech in there.
Yep.
Dot in any action you feel reflects character's heritage.
I like consort as part of being like the dwarven thing because they're kind of always haggling for stuff. You know, that's kind of where I see that.
I think that's fair. Dot anywhere you feel reflects character's background.
Military. Let me look at the difference between these two real quick. I'm gonna give him survey because kind of as part of his military thing was like patrolling the waters and looking out for potential ambushes and shit like that on his ship.
Makes sense. And then you throw 2 dots anywhere you please. Max rating at 2.
I think It's so hard, man. I'm gonna do study. I think I'm gonna do sway.
Then just pick a special ability.
So I'm going to go with what's that one called? I'm gonna go with foresight from the spider playbook.
2 times per score, you can assist a teammate without paying stress. Tell us how you prepared for this.
Hell yeah.
Can dig it. All right. That is Gunny. So it didn't take that long.
No, not at all.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So the crew was sitting in the restaurant, slurping up some tasty noodles. Gunny comes strolling in, I assume, as they're chowing down. Describe to us Gunny.
So you mind putting his picture on the stage?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So he looks very similar to this. He's probably got a little bit more grease stains on him right now as he's been delivering stuff and all that, but kind of an older dwarven man with a nice mustachio, white hair and beard. He's kind of got the signs of someone who likes to tinker with things. He probably he's got his hat with the different, like, I would probably say they're actually monocles, and he just pulls down whichever like lens magnification he needs. And he's got, different pieces of like gears hanging off of him or tools hanging off of him, whatever he thinks he might need to fix up something. And then D, I did want to ask you a question, like how deep would you have our whatever we have for like net running? Like, is net running a thing that we want to have in this world?
I mean, I'm fine with that, but it's kind of a group consensus thing. I think it would be cool. I think it'd be cool for like there to be 2 different ways to do it, right? Like you've got maybe like more
tech.
Yeah, like
that's kind of what I was thinking. Actually, now that you re-say
that's
that,
what we were doing, since there was like a computer room of magic.
So that, like, I guess in my sense, there's like the tangible tech that you can fuck with, and then like I don't even know what the fuck you call the net running space. I don't remember what they call that. If that's just the net or whatever.
Well, in Cyberpunk they literally call it the Matrix.
Is it the Matrix?
Or not in Cyberpunk, but in Shadowrun. I don't remember what they call it in Cyberpunk.
I feel like it was just the net. I
think it was
either way. Which like action do you think that would be to do like net running? Because I did want to have at least a dot in that.
So I think if we were like,
because like a tune is like the magical shit, and I don't feel like a tune should be the net running shit.
I mean, I think we could probably land on Tinker. I think Tinker would be sort of like the one that matches that. At least in my head, it matches it. Like what you're doing, because you're still working like with the mechanical shit. And that's basically what you're doing. Although like I would say, like, is he like proficient with like is he like proficient with like heavy machinery, or like is he like a computer nerd kind of a guy, would you say?
I mean, or both. I would say a bit of both. I would say that his like military upbringing was more of the mechanical shit, like taking care of the ship and all that sort of stuff, and sort of recently, say the last 50 years or whatever, he's been getting more into like the techie side of it. And doing more of like net running type shit.
Sure. No, that's we'll dive into more of that next time for sure. what got him to that point. But yeah,
So
Gunny
yeah,
comes
this
strolling
dude,
in.
he walks in and he's got like, I don't know if you've ever seen, they have like these metal boxes that you can stick dishes on for deliveries. So he's got like, he brings back the used one.
Gunny, welcome back.
Hey, Mouse. Yeah, any more word?
We
Nothing
know
tonight.
Gunny. Do we know?
I think-
Like we know of Gunny, or we've seen him around, or we have. Like
I think if he's doing
worked
deliveries,
here.
y'all would have seen him, right?
Yeah, you probably would know of him, I would say.
I got you.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, how's it going?
Fine, doing great. Thanks for asking.
Finishing up your deliveries, man.
So hopefully not. I'm hoping I can get some more tips.
Some more tips. How about you have a seat? We'll buy you some ramen, some noodles. That'll be a good tip. You need a break, right?
Noodles don't pay rent. I mean, they kind of do when you sell them, but I mean, I could eat them, but that ain't gonna pay my rent, sir.
We probably got a job for you. We could use somebody on the river, right, fellas? Banshee.
Yeah, we probably can.
Have a seat, man. Let's talk.
I mean, I'm kind of on the clock, boss. Yeah, any deliveries I need to do right now, or
Sit down, Gunny. Have a chat with them.
oh, man, my knees was really about to give out on me. These old things are kind of. I should probably replace them.
He sets down another bowl in front of you.
You
Yeah,
got
man,
they got cold brews back there, boss. I don't know how you'd take about to drink it on the job, but I can stir my bowl real good when I'm in drink. Ain't no problem.
Well, Gunny, he brings over some more sake, pours it. There'll be a contact coming over, one I'm sure you're familiar with at least.
Well,
They may, I don't know if you'll be as useful for what she's got proposed, but perhaps this crew could use some of your more eclectic skills that you've told me about.
I mean, I like to think I'm always useful. Way you phrase that make it sound like I don't know.
does Gunny like show any of his like old military like, I guess, paraphernalia on him or anything? You know, how, like some SEALs have tattoos or something.
Yeah, he probably does have some tats for like his old company or whatever you would call it in the Navy.
Okay. Yeah, well, we like military people around here. Gunny. Gunny, right? You got another name, or is you good with just Gunny?
I mean, I got a couple of names. I mean, I'm known around here as Gunny for sure, but yeah, I mean, my government name is Azadal Ironforge. Not too many people call me that. It's a bit of a mouthful. Well, in these parts, it don't really mean shit neither. Johnny's a hell of a lot easier to say. More fun too, Gunny.
If that's what you like, brother, well, that's what I'll call you.
I mean, I just like being called to get paid. You can call me whatever you want.
You'll definitely get paid if you're with us.
Sounds like your name is Money instead of Gunny.
I mean, Gunny likes the money.
And we can like kind of say like there's a little bit of a scene change. I don't know if Gunny would be there for the next part just because he's not technically part of the crew yet. I feel like they would go to him when they feel like they needed to get him. But a little while later, Gunny goes off, does doing his thing, and y'all would have met her before, Parthena Burners. She kind of, you hear the little ding 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 as the shop opens up, and she goes, "Oi, Jen, what's up? What'd you say?"
That little shop sound. That
Yeah.
Like I said, nigga.
Bleep that out.
Edit that.
Edit that.
She walks in and she's like, "Oh, hey, Shin, are these the ones?" "Oh yeah, it is, y'all." "Yeah, didn't recognize you guys at first. My bad." She kind of strolls up, says, "Get him a couple more drinks on me." He's like, "I hope."
You spoil us already, Burners.
"Well, it's because I'm gonna ask you to do some real weird shit, and I hope you're ready for a real tough ass job."
I feel good. What about the rest of you?
It's our specialty now.
It's our
How
specialty
daring
now.
is it?
Well, I'll tell you what, your names are getting out there. Boss asked me to ask you guys specifically for this one, so this is your I guess your make it or break it on this one.
Sounds sexy.
We need an example made of on the cartel, one of their guys. But thing about the cartel, a lot of their dudes are how do I say, they're of the vampiric nature, right? It's not too well known, but it's known to us in the Dragonflies. And what we want you to do is kill this one. But we don't just want you to kill him. We need you to expose him. We need you to make him expose his vampiric nature first, before you kill him publicly. You know what I'm saying?
Now I see why you said it might be a little bit tough.
Want another drink?
I'd love one. Thank you.
Now, I hear you say before we kill. Would it be feasible to expose him during death?
Like out in the sun?
She kind of takes a drag of her cigarette. Says, "Look, all a boss wants is to make it clear that he's a vampire to everybody. So he needs to die in public, and it needs to be clear that he's a vampire. How you do that is up to you, if you do this job."
Sun kills vampires, right? That's a thing. That seems right, guys.
Shit, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Charlie?
Who's the guy?
So, now there's two kinds of vampires within this world at this point that you would be aware of. One is the more traditional, like Pathfinder style vampire, and the other is, which is just an undead dude that drinks blood. No problem. That's why I'm trying to kind of get this one completely done. The other is the blade style vampire, which is a spirit that has possessed a living body and controls it, and has to like drink life force in order to continue living.
Gotcha.
So if you like, she says, of the two kinds of vampires that we know about, we don't know which fucking is. It's hard to tell. So sun might work on them. It might not. I don't know. The ones that are just a dead body possessed by somebody, that sun don't do shit to them.
There's ways we can find out. Don't worry.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
not
we'll just need to
worry
figure
about.
that out.
What's the guy's name?
I think
Jin?
you got the type of
What's-
vampires wrong. There is
What's that?
undead vampires and soon to be dead vampires.
Yeah.
All the same.
Right.
Shin, get him another one. I like him. So-
Shinjun.
Shin Jun.
You got any other information on this Shinjun? Who is he? Who's he roll with?
One of the cartel bosses, or like one of their lieutenants, I think. Rolls around in Taijiang for the most part. I don't think really leads the territory, but for the most part, that's all I can tell you. At least personally, I haven't done any of the legwork. That's why we're paying y'all.
You're paying us to expose him. Now you're also paying us to do the legwork and figure out everything else.
That's right.
That's cute. How much are you paying?
8 coin if you just kill him. 10 coin plus some 4 soul shards if you do it the way we need it.
8 coin to kill. 10 coin to make it pretty. All right.
Plus 4 tier 2 soul shards.
Oh.
If you kill them after revealing they're a vampire.
4 tier 2 soul shards. I like where your head's at. Well, give us a couple days and we'll give you the answer. A few of our members aren't here right now. We just finished with a little something. You got a way we can contact you?
Just come over to
meet.
just come over to SNF, talk to us if you need to. Let us know. And once you let us know if you're gonna do it, there'll be a hard time limit. But right now, since it's up in the air, you know, it's pretty lazy. So
Okay.
just let us know if you're gonna do it. She kind of hits the table. See y'all later.
For the drink.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And with that, I gotta go. Y'all keep talking, but session's done.